What's up, party people? I got my dog. This is the third one of my retard slob dogs. This one's name is Creasey. I think I mentioned her a little bit. I think I just touched her in the eyeballs, I'm sorry. But yeah, she's a little, she's like the smallest dog we have besides the other dog, which is like a puppy. But that's, that doesn't count. She's not at her full. That's like comparing 5-year-old Shaquille O'Neal to grown-up LeBron James. You know what I mean? You gotta wait for that full potential to come out. But her full potential, she's like completely taken over the frame right now. Her neck kind of looks like a turtle's neck. You know how they're like matte or like some sort of, yeah, like a turtle kind of. The way it's like wrinkled and it like is way bigger than, proportionally bigger. I don't know if I'm thinking of a turtle or something else, but she definitely has that kind of neck. And she be doing like weird movements and shit. Like, she's kind of the strangest dog there is. She's like nervous, but also like a watchdog, kinda. I'm realizing now that I should have done how does she know? I should have done a video with this dog that was at my house. And he was very chill. He's like a really big dog. Like, look at how like grab her like that. You know, like those pit bull trainers that have like a pit bull that's legs are shorter than, they look like little cupcakes, and they try and make those shits look like they're like monsters, vicious monsters, blood curdling, blood craving monsters that'll suck your blood. But no, she's a little interesting. Oh, what are you doing? Give me some space right here. Okay. But this might be a good thumbnail picture with her face like not even in the frame. Like a little bit more. No, that would be good. That's good. Now you can expose her nipples on camera though. So, like most of my other dogs, I don't have no stories with this one. She's kind of just like there. She kind of just like exists, kind of. See if I can do that thing where I'm like, got you, got it. Got it. I'm over here. Yeah. She's not a mix of anything, but she just came out like a little teacup creature. She's got these big jowls. She actually has pretty mediocre jowls. She just has like a very frowning look on her face. She's got a really big forehead that kind of like mine. But, and all these dogs have like these, I don't know what it is. It's like a nodule right here with a big hair coming out of it. Okay? I don't know what that is. Another dog we had, it had a really like pronounced one, and that hair would come out like this far. She's got a pretty long hair on it too. She's like trying to balance on my legs right now. But, do you know what's going on? Do you know what's happening in the world? Maybe this will be the thumbnail. She actually looks like my other dog. But she's very photogenic, as you could tell. She doesn't look away from the camera like most dogs do. She kind of, if you look at her, she kind of like freezes up a little. And like a deer in headlights. I like playing with this little thing that dogs have too. It's another little swirly part. It's like a crown, but except on the back of their head, it's right here. This is where all their hair on their body comes to a point. I don't know why in creation mode they didn't figure out that if they just put this on like the butthole, it wouldn't have to be there at all. Actually, no. That region has two next to it. So like this is the whole part and there's like two next to them. Only reason I know that is because I've had dogs for fucking years of my life. Okay, and sometimes your eyes scathe that area accidentally. It just happens. It's a natural part of being a dog owner. Okay? And excuse me. You're in the way. Yeah. My sister says, when she takes the dogs for walks, she likes to let them walk in front of her and let them like pull her around. But she doesn't she kind of keeps up with the dogs so they don't pull her around. And she says she has this belief that you should just let a dog go wherever it wants to, which I think is true. I think that like a dog is still a conscious being, right? If you're just trying to control your dog all the time, like I get teaching a dog manners, I get, but like they don't even understand manners, bro. They don't know why they're doing it besides getting a treat. I should probably take my headphone out. Actually, I don't know if it's like using this as my microphone. I think it does have a microphone on it. Maybe I'll use that. But yeah, I don't know if you hear all the driving. We're at a race right now. And I'm just chilling on the camper, doing nothing. So I figured I'd just do a little video real quick. While I'm doing all this nothing, and I had to record a little video for someone else just before I had to record them operating on their vehicle for them. So yeah, I hope I'm gonna tell them, I'm gonna go back out there and say, you have to put me in the credits of it. You put my name in the credits, or else you can't upload it. I'll take them to court. And my proof will be that well, we can just do some deduction, right? We could say, all right, who was on the trip with you? Who was your crew? And who went with you? We'll ask them that at first so they get a little confused, right? And he'll list all the people that went, right? And that's an easy thing to get evidence for. And then when he slips up and inevitably, unknowingly says all the names, I'll then, my lawyer, Jim Bob Jr. will then say, well, can you tell me which one of those people wasn't in the video? Huh? How about that? Because I got everybody clipped in that video. They were all working on it. Okay? So you best watch out. my friend actually has me as a lawyer because I'm supposed to be like coming up with arguments for him when he gets into feuds with people. I just say shit like that. One time, he had me talk to his friend who was like a little bit questionable in his ways of thinking, his line of thinking. He said some weird shit over his ears, and this has nothing to do with it, but like he actually went to the military, so he was like a femboy. Then he became normal. I say that's messed up. I don't mean normal. I think normal is a subjective thing. It could be anything. Normal is just who you. There's so many different people in the world. There's no such thing as normal, right? So many different people doing different things kind of eliminates the idea of normal. But he was that yet, and he played Minecraft with all of us. But he was a femboy, and then he wasn't, and then he was on like I'm not gonna spill all it, but that's not why I was talking to him. I was talking to him just because like his questionable line of thinking. He said like crazy shit. He was one of those people that would like, you'd expect someone to be who was like a femboy or whoever, like in that general area of being, to be like very conscious of like modern day issue, like not conscious of it, but like very agreeing of a lot of sensitive topics, very very polarized and sensitive topics. But he's like trying to like always avoid the wrong thing, you know what I mean? But like to the extreme. But he was like the opposite, bro. He was out here saying like the N-word and shit, I think. I don't know. He was like trying to run like a degenerate group. For me, degenerate means like they just like harass people. They like, it was the whole Discord thing, and they would go around and like destroy servers and shit. I just hear about all this. I don't take part in none of it. I'm kind of well versed in it because I have a lot of friends. Not a lot, but I have like, you know, one or two that are involved in this shit, and they would tell me all about it. You know, it's like they would it's like going to war and then coming back and telling me about your war stories. But yeah, one time I was designated to talk to him, and I rage baited this guy. I don't know if someone's coming in here. I rage baited him to the point of him like not liking me for like years, bro. I didn't say anything I think the power of rage bait is being able to not say anything controversial while also being extremely offensive to one person. Not like offensive, but like, you know, you get on their nerves, kind of, in a very extreme way. So that's the power of rage bait. And I actually had a friend, I guess. It's one of those things, I don't know if we're friends or not. Like, I talked to him and it was really awkward. Like the other day, I went to his house. My sister was hanging out with his sister. They're still good friends, but it's just too awkward now. So I'd rather just not converse with him anymore. But she does not care at all. But yeah, that's the story of why I'm his lawyer, I guess. It's also kind of a joke because of a video I made with actually the friend I was just talking about. That was, you know, the very awkward interaction. his sister and my sister made a video together, like a silly little, a little skit, a little bit, and at some point we were gonna make a part 2 to that. I have a very bad problem with taking successful things I've done, successful in the means of like I've actually succeeded in making it, and then what I'll do is I'll obsess over it and I'll be like, damn, this means I could probably roll out like the same exact idea like 4 more times and with a bigger scale, you know what I mean? Because I usually don't know how to limit myself and what I come up with myself, like the goals that I set myself to do. I'm very ambitious sometimes, and occasionally I actually force myself to be limited, and then I'll actually complete the project, and then I'll think, all right, now I'm good, now I can go and move to the fucking impossible things, and it just doesn't work. I guess what that means, the takeaway from that is just that you kind of always have to be like that unless you have like a team of people. So you only make the big massive ideas once you're already successful in the little ones. So that, that proves 2 things, that you can actually, it kind of proves that like your smaller project are so good that you did so much with so little, that you conveyed so much with so little, you know what I mean? That you could definitely make a bigger project like amazing, bro. So, I'd rather do that than go straight to the bigger thing and make some large sized crap and give that to the public, rather than a little gem, which is what, and they won't start as gems, they'll start as little dingleberries, and then you can slowly metamorphosize it. Didn't Cardi say that? Metamorphosis, he said something like that. But yeah, it goes from the dingleberry to like dirt to like a cheese doodle. Then you get to start like maybe like, what's the worst ore right now? Like gold, silver, yeah. Then gold, and then diamond. Usually there's after the learning curve, shit improves exponentially. Which is why it's a great idea. I'm so jealous of all the people that started way younger than I did. But they had the exact right idea, and they started that shit way early. And now they're just set, bro. They're just set. Any little creative thing that they would do, any little project, it all just worked out fine for those people. Like, I was watching a video of the maker of Stardew Valley, and he was talking about how like he just always grew up making shit, like little pieces of art, little things here and there, and he was gonna make a little game just to make a game just to start, and that ended up being Stardew Valley. His first game was his best game. That's crazy, a lot of, not every developer, but I can think of like 2, including the guy who made Stardew Valley, whose first games were their best games, and they never even came up with a game even close to that ever again. The Stardew Valley guy and Five Nights at Freddy's guy. My coworker called it a Friday at Freddy's. Oh my god, I wasn't chuckling. I would have chuckled to that if I didn't want him to feel bad. A Friday at Freddy's. He might have been joking. I don't know. He very well could have been. Friday at Freddy's. My dad used to call it something really funny. I saw a video actually when the FNAF movie was being made. There was a video of this dad standing in front of it. He was like, "Here we are. We're at the five fat fucks at Freddy's," or something. He said something funny like that, and that's when like the filming location was exposed and everyone was going to it and recording a video around it. The second movie was exactly as good as the first one, to be honest. I thought they would have increased it. When I heard that Blumhouse was making it, I knew it was gonna be some Steam and shit, bro. It wasn't Steam, it was good for the budget it was made with, but like you could tell it was just like cheap. Because Blumhouse just makes cheap movies, and it's like, what they wanted to do with that movie, those movies in particular should have been a big budget. She's getting tired. She's trying to like veg out right now. Alright. Here we go, just relax. I feel like my talking just puts the dogs to sleep. They're always just falling asleep. I mean, it's 30 minutes just to doing nothing. Of course they're gonna fall asleep. I ain't no ASMR, but I swear to God, if there was something with the audio that got fucked up and it didn't record any of this, like the audio, I'm gonna be pissed off, bro. But yeah, Lifeless Freak, number 3. Number 4, number 5, the Burger King foot dance. Don't let your dog eat the Burger King foot lettuce. They might green out. My ex's dog one time ate a bunch of weed, and she sent me a video of him like fucking stumbling over into the car. I was like, oh my god, that is hilarious, bro. I was nervous at first because I had no knowledge of how a dog would react to that shit. I was like,